The Galactic Council issued ultimatums to 4,732 species across 15 galaxies. Every single one complied until they came to Sol, 3 until they came to Earth. Ambassador Keldar stood aboard the Infinite Authority, staring at the small blue planet below. His translator processed Earth's response, a single word, no. They said no. Rix-NAL, Keldar's subordinate, checked the communication 3 times. Ambassador, I must be misunderstanding. They said no. Keldar's mandibles clicked in irritation. In 400 cycles, he had never encountered such insolence. The ultimatum was clear: submit, provide 40% of resources, accept governance, or face orbital sterilization. Not only did they say no, Keldar pulled up the full transmission. They said, thanks for the offer, but we're good. Maybe come back in a few centuries when we're ready to talk as equals. Until then, kindly get your ship out of our orbit before we make you. The bridge fell silent. They threatened us? Rix-NAL's voice carried disbelief. They must not understand our capabilities. Should we destroy one of their moons as a demonstration? Keldar considered this. It was standard protocol, proven over 10 millennia. Scan their capabilities first, Keldar ordered. Let's see what these humans actually have. The results appeared moments later, and Keldar's confidence surged. The humans were more primitive than expected, barely having left their planet. Their weapons wouldn't scratch the Infinite Authority's shields. They have approximately 8,000 nuclear weapons, the tactical officer reported. Combined yield insufficient to breach our secondary shields. Nothing that poses any threat whatsoever. Then they're either ignorant or insane, Keldar concluded. Prepare a demonstration. Target their largest moon. Single shot, 20% power. The weapons officer began the firing sequence. 30 seconds to charge and fire. 30 seconds to teach these arrogant primitives their place. 20 seconds into the sequence, every system on the Infinite Authority simultaneously died. Lights went dark. Engines faded. Displays vanished. Even emergency backups failed. The great vessel became nothing more than expensive metal floating in space. Then a transmission arrived audio only. A human female voice, dripping with amusement. Did you really think we'd let you charge a weapon in our orbit? We've been fighting each other for our entire history. We know what weapons charging looks like. Keldar tried to respond, but his systems were dead. Here's a fun fact, the human continued. We've been listening to your communications for 6 months. We know about the Council. We know about your ultimatums. We know about the 4,732 species that said yes. We know you've never had anyone say no before. Keldar's primary heart sank. Humanity is good at 2 things, learning and adapting. 6 months ago, we didn't understand your technology. Now we understand it very well. We've infiltrated every one of your systems. We've mapped every circuit, every power conduit, every quantum processor in your fancy ship. And we've been inside your network for 3 months. The implications became horrifyingly clear. If humans accessed the Council network, they knew everything. Every weakness. Every military position. Every political structure. Here's what's going to happen. The amusement was gone, replaced by cold steel. You're going to leave our system. We're giving you your power back, not because we can't keep you here, but because we're not monsters. We don't want war. We don't want to join your council. We just want to be left alone to develop at our own pace. Come back in 100 years, and maybe we can talk as peers. Come back before then, and we'll do to your entire fleet what we just did to you. And yes, Ambassador Keldar, we know there are 47 more ships waiting at the edge of your system. We've already infiltrated 16 of them. The human paused, letting that sink in. Don't test us. The lights came back on. Systems hummed to life. Every screen displayed the same image, a simple human hand extended in greeting. Below it, text in perfect galactic standard, "See you in a century. Try knocking next time." Keldar looked around his bridge at his shocked crew. In 10,000 years, the Council had never retreated. But they'd also never encountered a species quite like this. A species primitive by conventional measures, but possessing something the Council had lost, the ability to innovate rapidly under pressure, the ability to fight dirty, the ability to punch far above their weight class when survival was at stake. Navigation. Keldar's voice was quiet. Set course for Council headquarters. Maximum speed. Sir, Rick-than-Al couldn't believe it. We're leaving? But the protocols never accounted for a species like this. The Council needs to know what we've encountered. They need to know that the age of easy expansion may be over. As the Infinite Authority jumped to faster than light, Keldar took one last look at the small blue planet. A planet of beings who had looked at the most powerful force in the galaxy and simply said, no. 3 months later, in a bunker deep beneath Geneva, Dr. Sarah Chen closed the connection and allowed herself a smile. Around her, the emergency command center erupted in cheers. They actually left, her colleague Marcus breathed. They actually bought it. Sarah's smile faded. They bought some of it. We did hack their basic systems, that part was real. But infiltrating their entire fleet? That was a bluff, Marcus. A very dangerous bluff. But it worked, another team member said. We have time now. Time to actually develop defenses. Sarah nodded, her expression serious. We have a century, maybe less. They'll be back, and next time they'll be prepared. We told them we were good at learning and adapting. We'd better prove it. She looked around at her team, at the primitive equipment they'd used to hack alien technology far beyond their capabilities. At the desperate gamble they'd made, betting Earth's survival on humanity's reputation for stubbornness and ingenuity. We have work to do. Let's get started. We've got a civilization to prepare for first contact the right way this time. The Galactic Council would return to Earth exactly 103 years later. But that's a story for another time. What matters is that humanity was given time. Time to learn. Time to grow. Time to become something the galaxy had never seen before, a species that entered the galactic stage not as subjects, but as equals. All because they said no. All because they refused to kneel. That's the thing about humanity. We're at our best when someone tells us we can't do something. When someone says we're too weak, too primitive, too insignificant to matter. That's when we prove them wrong. Welcome to Earth. We hope you brought better terms this time.